We are out in the middle of the desert near Valentine, Texas, and we are at a pretty cool exhibit. It's actually an art exhibit, but it is a Prada store. Really not a store, just a fixed building that actually has Prada product inside. So let me show you around. So you can see here's the gorgeous views out here off the highway that we're on. It's literally right off the road. You don't have to walk to it or anything. Gorgeous out here. You can see walking around, they've put up a nice fence here so you can hang locks and things. And here's the information on the place. But this has actually been here since 2005 and actually does include product from the fall 2005 lineup, shoes, of course. This place does have power, so they do have security cameras and things put up. I'm told, or I've read at least, that at nighttime this place will light up. The building will on the inside, and you can actually see. I don't know if there's lights on the outside. I doubt that. I think also that possibly those lights don't work anymore. But here it is, Prada Marfa. That's her right there. Here's what it looks like inside. So it never has been a store and never will be a store. You can see the stuff that's in here has been in here since 2005. That is pretty cool. This is like really thick plexiglass. I don't know if it's bulletproof or what. I'm really happy that there's no vandalization or anything of this place. That is it, Prada Marfa near Valentine, Texas. All right, so now we are about 20 miles, maybe 30 miles past where we just were at the Prada Marfa. As you can see, we're still out here in the middle of the desert. I wish I had stopped and taken pictures of Valentine because it's a super tiny town and most of the buildings were abandoned. I think there's maybe only like 5 houses that had people living there. So some really cool stuff, but I felt kind of weird maybe taking pictures of places where maybe people, you know, did live or had family that lived. But I didn't know this was out here in the middle of nowhere, just down the road. I don't know what you even call this thing. There's this huge street art, and it's pretty cool. So let me flip this around. So you can see out here in the middle of the desert, somebody's got these wooden structures with this amazing artwork on them. How cool is that? I'm guessing this is part of the ranch or something that this is attached to. If we come up to it here. I don't know if I'm supposed to recognize these people, like they're from famous movies maybe filmed out here. Maybe this is just part of the Marfa art thing. If you hear though, there's music playing. There's a speaker coming out from this car. Oh no, speaker's right here actually. If we zoom in, you can even see there's a tiny little house in the glass. So this maybe is called the Giant Marfa. Yeah, look at this right here. This can't be that old because the detail on this is really great. They look fairly new. Wonder if there's anything on this sign up here. Wyatt Ranches. That had nothing to do with this. It just says, for entry to this acreage, kindly contact the gatekeeper. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess maybe you'd want to take photos or something out here, outside of what we can do right here. But yeah, that's pretty cool. We're still driving on down the road to our next little roadside stop. We're several, probably at least maybe 80 to 100 miles off the interstate at this point, not far from the Mexico border. We've actually seen a lot of border patrol. When we were on the interstate, we went through one checkpoint today. We went through one yesterday. So really cool out here. Stay tuned. We got at least one more stop on the way. All right, so we are still in Texas, a little further down the road from where we just were. We are currently in Marfa, which apparently is responsible for most of the art that we've been checking out so far today. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of stuff that's closed down here due to COVID-19. But there's some really cool stuff around here that I really wish I could come back to and see when things are open. Like, for example, here we have the Food Shark dining car, which looks like a restaurant that's out here right off the main strip. And it's so cool because, of course, I'm always a fan when I see some really cool old cars, especially preserved out here in the desert. We've got a couple of these, and I'm not the expert on all of these cars, but we've got two Valiants. I'm not sure who made those, or if that's just the make of the car, but there's one there, there's one on the other side of that bus. But this is like a food truck slash restaurant. You can see they've got some outdoor seating here with some kind of swanky looking tables. Again, they're closed. I'm not going to enter the property, of course, but you can see they've got like an indoor kind of area there. I bet it's just a really cool spot, especially during the tourist season, during the summertime. And, you know, if you like these old cars, like here's this really cool Buick, you know, here's this old truck. There's more seating area over there. It's just all kinds of cool looking stuff here. It's like almost like a little private collection of things. And as we come over, we show you probably one of my favorite ones tucked away back there. Is all the way back there. All these cars say the Food Shark dining car, but there's like a four-door Dodge. I don't know if that would be a Dodge Challenger or what that would be, but it's got the same kind of taillights on the rear end as like a Dodge Challenger would be. I'm not up to speed with my four-door classic American cars. I'm sure somebody will tell me what it is. You see, here's the other Valiant here. And this one's awesome because it's completely drenched in shag. Literally, I don't know if you can see. There's just so much shag carpet here. Like, it's ridiculous. And it looks like his car was functional with how it is. But there's that Dodge back there. It's just got really cool taillights on the back. And now I was noticing the way this is set up, this is called a dining car. Because if we actually look in here, it looks like they have actually converted the bus into a seating area, which is so cool. You've got lights in there. I'm guessing they've got some sort of AC or fans, but they've basically flipped some of the seats and turned and added tables in there, so you can actually get your little like food truck meal and walk right in here and eat in the bus. And I just think that is so cool. So if you're ever out here in Marfa or anywhere near, definitely come through. That way you can check out the Prada, the Target, and all these cool little areas through town. Honestly, just cruising through town, there's all kinds of neat stuff. I'll just kind of show you around. There's a rock shop right there. There's actually a Dairy Queen and a Subway, so if you want like your commercial food, you can get that there. But then there's a thrift store, which has got a museum in it. It's closed, unfortunately. There's all kinds of neat places, and you know, a lot of old buildings. There's some old service stations, things like that. So yeah, we're gonna keep on heading down the road. Having a lot of fun out here in these little small towns in Texas. So the cool spots in this town just keep showing up. There's this really interesting, I think it's like a diner, maybe like a shop, some kind of hombres with another old car sitting outside. We've got some more stuff sitting over there, which I don't even know what that is. Maybe it's a pool hall. But then we've got another Marfa art thing, and this one's called the Truckland Marfa. Not as ornate as some of the other ones, although I will say the artwork on this thing is cool. Very neat, and this looks like it's a functional car from looking at it, honestly. This town is just full of these little things. So they've got that. Here's this old like wagon frame right here. There's I'm guessing that's meant to be like a drive-in movie theater set up. Maybe they do stuff there. And then here's another just really cool cut off back of a trunk. for no other reason than just the fact that it can be here. Just another little neat stop here in Marfa. All right, and we are at our final stop out here in the middle of nowhere in Texas. And to kind of keep up with the theme, we are at a Target. That's right, out here in the middle of the desert, somebody has created a Target. And the fun part about this is, if you were to actually look this place up on Google Maps, it will actually show up as a Target store, just with no hours. So this isn't necessarily as much of an artwork piece as maybe the other stuff has been, but it's still really cool to see out here in the middle of nowhere. Somebody's furnished this even with a shopping cart, but you can see the little Target logo and the Target text there is actually cut and painted out of wood. And it's just a tiny little shack. Nobody has any clue what the heck this actually was. Obviously, it was never at any point in its life a Target. Maybe some sort of like a restroom or something like that. Maybe just like some sort of electrical building or something. There's no telling. But here's the inside of it. Not a whole lot. Just some graffiti. This is actually the only spot out this way that has graffiti on it. Unfortunately, people have been leaving the trash here, which I think is kind of disgusting. If I didn't have too much stuff in the car as it is, I'd probably pick it up and take it with me. That is it. Look, we got a little bird's nest in here. Interesting. Looks like it was lived in not that long ago. Maybe even still being lived in. Ooh, that is something we don't want to mess around with. Look at that. That is nasty. That's a lot of bees. They look like they might be honeybees, potentially. Oh man, they're all in the walls. Look at that, there's another hole they're inside of. So yeah, that is our exploration of the little areas outside of the small towns of Texas. Of course, we had the Prada stuff, we had all the art, and now we're going to end here at the Target. So thank you so much. We're going to head on down to San Antonio and get a hotel room for the night. Thanks and have a great day.